All right, YouTube. It's Monday morning. We got to talk about the latest events. It's Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit. Now, I'm going to talk about the race hustlers this morning. Al Sharpton and the usual suspects, they want to boycott Target and other stores who roll back DEI. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is what they say. Now, I don't know why black people are taking them rolling back DEI so personal. You know, I would assume it's because of the race baiters who make you think that it's an attack on your civil rights. But I want you to think of this thought. Somebody that owns a business might not want certain behavior at the establishment, such as they might not want a man who wears a dress working in their place of business. So should they be forced to hire that person even though it doesn't go along with their morals and ethics? See, another thing that black people allowed these race hustlers to do was they tied the LGBTQ community's agenda with the civil rights movement. They attached all these other organizations' issues to black people's issues, which created a whole nother problem in the workplace and in society. And the people rejected that when they voted for Trump. It was certain things that they just wouldn't compromise on. They didn't want biological men playing sports with biological women. They didn't want them sharing a bathroom. And there was a lot of other things that went along with the change in administration, these liberal politics. But let me tell you what Al Sharpton, the race hustler, is doing. He's destroying black owned businesses that use Target to sell their merchandise. Because in all actuality, nobody's breaking down the door to get hired into Target. So what he's doing is another grift. He's telling you boycott Target and people who roll back DEI, even though DEI being rolled back is not going to directly affect black people. You know what I mean? Because as I said before, how hard is it for you to actually get hired at Target? And who has that as a career ambition? But what it does, it hurts those people who have their own businesses and have their products in Target. And I'm going to show you a story about that because it's like he's throwing the baby out with the bathwater for his grift because he knows in his mind the DEI at a Target is not going to affect us one way or the other. But it will hurt real black entrepreneurs that have their products in those stores. And it will be keeping the liberal narrative alive. And that's what it's about, keeping this narrative that you are being victimized so that they could hustle you and have you aligned with the Democratic Party again because they have nothing else to run on. The whole thing is division, race baiting, and misinformation. So you have to think about it. Target. This is one of those moments where you have to say, why? You're boycotting Target. Why? Because of their business practices. So you're not going to shop there, even though a lot of black owned entrepreneurs have their products there. So you're going to hurt them for a political statement that's hollow. I want you to watch this video I'm going to react to by Pink Book Lessons, and you're going to see Tabitha Brown and how she feels about what Al Sharpton is doing and what this movement or so-called movement they're trying to start will actually do. So this for fair use into the 1976 Copyright Act for education and commentary. Let's check this out.
Breaking news, Target announcing it is rolling back diversity, equity, and inclusion programs at the company. In a memo to employees, the Minneapolis-based company says it will end its 3-year DEI goals, stop reports to external diversity-focused groups, and end a program focused on carrying more products from Black or minority-owned businesses. The decision follows President Trump's executive orders almost immediately after his inauguration to end the government's DEI programs. To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. Everything you own in a box to the left. Target. Y'all waited to do this after I got done shopping, or y'all did it before and I just didn't know? I come home and I check my TikTok and y'all done left the DEI. Target did it? Yes, Target doing the most. They didn't wait 2 business days. What's wrong with y'all?
Now I'm going to show you the insanity behind this. She just went and bought things that she wanted to buy at Target. She finds out something on TikTok about DEI, and now she wants to jump back in her car, waste gas, and take it back because of her emotional response to the rollback of DEI. And I guarantee you, she doesn't even understand exactly what it is. And I say that because who gets back in their car after they've been shopping to return stuff merely because they see something on TikTok that affects them emotionally? And maybe the products that she's taking back belongs or were made by a black company. Let's watch some more.
Now I got to take this stuff back. These few bags is like $200. It's Costco. Oh, Costco. We're going to Costco. Costco. Everything in bulk. After everything that I have done for y'all, this what y'all do? Okay. Back. All right. Bring on. To take this stuff back. That's my girl. Target. Well. Look at you showing your true colors. When did Trump make that change? And 2 hours ago, y'all said, you know what? We're going to jump on that bandwagon.
And what I want you to see is look at their emotional response. They tying everything to Trump, everything to racism, everything that they've been told during this election cycle is still being regurgitated in their minds because they think that the rollback of DEI was some type of fascism when people shouldn't be forced to hire anybody. If they run the business, if I build a company, you cannot tell me who to hire.
Target. Not a federal position, not a federal job. Target, I thought y'all was all about inclusion. I thought y'all were all about diversity. Hello there. Y'all all right? I know. It has been a tough week, right? And baby, it's been a tough 2025 and we are still in January. But I know many of you are asking and have asked and sent me messages about the recent DEI announcements at Target as well. And as disheartening as it is for me, I'm not the only one affected by this. All right, so Target is one of many companies rolling back its DEI program. Beyonce's mama, Tina Knowles, came out and dragged them in a since-deleted post. She said, so y'all bowed down and kissed the ring, huh? Crossing you off my list. No more Target. This was quickly shared across social media, and Black people started calling for a Target boycott. But now you have Tabitha Brown coming out, a woman that's very much adored in the Black community. She's got a bunch of products sold at Target and Walmart, all of these locations, Amazon too, but her business is getting caught up in the middle of all this nonsense. See, now all of a sudden, she's got a bunch of her supporters and other Black people telling Black folks to boycott the same stores where her products are housed. So Tabitha came out with an extended public service announcement. Take a look. Right. It's for everyone who is a woman-owned business, minority-owned businesses, Black-owned businesses. It's for so many of us who work so very hard to be placed into retail, to finally be seen and approved for retail. Because contrary to whatever the world might tell you, it has.
I want you to think about what she's saying. How hard she had to work to actually get her products in these stores and on the shelf. And now, because Al Sharpton and some other leftists want to make some type of hollow political point, it could possibly destroy her business and probably a lot of other black entrepreneurs, as I've said, who have their products in these stores. So, what are we doing here again?
Very hard for black-owned businesses to hit shelves, right? Which is why it's such a big deal when we do finally land inside of retail. So it is definitely heartbreaking to feel unsupported, right? However, I am in business in multiple ways with Target, with Walmart, and Amazon, right? I sell Donna's Recipe, my hair care products, right, are on Amazon. They're also in Target. And of course, I have a huge partnership with Target. I sell my seasonings at Walmart. I do business all over, just like many other people. And what I can tell you is if we all decide to boycott and be like, no, we're not spending no money at these organizations, listen, I get it. And if that's how you feel, honey, I 1000% get it. But so many of us will be affected, and our sales will drop. Our business will be hurt. And if any of you know business, it doesn't just happen overnight where you can just go take all your stuff and pull it off the shelves. There's a process, and then you gotta where you gonna put it? You gotta have a place to store it. That's money, right? You gotta have another place to sell it, which is almost impossible sometimes. And even if you sell online, it's a process when it comes to business. And everyone does not have the funds or the means or the availability, the space to house their own products, right? I'm glad she said that because that's the truth. This is a business. This woman and other black businesses can't just close up shop and be on the hook for all this money because y'all woke up and decided to have a temper tantrum on TikTok over these businesses y'all going back to anyway. And you know how I know y'all not standing on business and you'll be back? Well, it's the same reason why black business owners can't just pull out of these business arrangements. You have no replacement, no substitute already in order. Like emotionally, it sounds good to let off steam and talk crap on social media. But when you get back to reality, back to logistics, back to dollars and cents, where are you going? I saw some people telling Tabitha in the comments, girl, just pull your stuff out of Target, Walmart, and Amazon and put it in a local black business. And that's when I was reminded that you have a bunch of people always running their.
You know how silly that sounds to tell her, pull all your products out of Target and find some black owned business that will sell your products after she worked so hard to get her products on their shelves. Now, explain to me how boycotting Target is going to help our community. Tell me.
Mouths about stuff they know nothing about, talking this nonsense that's going to bankrupt this woman. There's no network of black businesses, no network of black logistics, no network of black manufacturers, no network of black distribution, no network of black nothing that can help Tabitha Brown or any other black business in these locations reroute their products, their business, to something that doesn't even exist. And do you know what will happen if their products get stuck on shelves? You're going to bankrupt these black businesses that you claim to support. After you're done destroying these black brands in the process, do you know who will still be in business? Target, Walmart, Amazon. I mean, I really feel bad for Tabitha Brown because she's in business with all these companies. She's one of their suppliers. And no, Target won't lose. Walmart won't lose. Amazon won't lose. But Tabitha will. And it's other black people that's going to be behind it. But the thing that concerns me the most, and I want you to hear me and hear me well, if we all decide to stop supporting said businesses and say, I can't buy nothing from there, even the businesses who were affected by the DEI ban, right? What that does is you take all our sales and they dwindle down. And then those companies get to say, oh, your products are not performing. And they can remove them from the shelves and then put their preferred businesses on the shelves. And then what happens to all the businesses who've worked so hard to get where they are? Then what happens, right? Now, I know that something that could solve it is ownership of these big corporations, right? It's a long way to go there. There are amazing companies like.
Have you noticed that the Democratic Party and the liberals, they talk a good game, but they never support and promote black entrepreneurship and black businesses? Not for real, not in any kind of real sense. And they do things half cocked. Like you can't tell me that Al Sharpton and these people who work around him didn't know that these boycotts was definitely going to hurt black businesses. Black people who won't go into Target, won't be in the stores buying products that black entrepreneurs put in there. And all because they don't understand that you tied your civil rights movement and your equity movement to transgender issues and migrant issues that the American people rejected. So, in rejecting what was coming from the left, they rejected other policies that left the door open for discrimination, even against the very people that Al Sharpton claims to represent. You wanted trans rights to be more superior than human rights or individual rights of what they call cisgender people? Really? The Village Market in Atlanta, right? Who supports small businesses, and you can go in there and there's some amazing things that you can buy, but it's one store and it's very small. We're talking about mass market. You can't be. Here we go again. It's nacho night with a side of gas and diarrhea. Sound familiar? That overnight. Do we all sometimes have these big dreams and aspirations to do that? Absolutely, right? But it is easier said than done, but it's not impossible. But until then, and in order to get there, we unfortunately have to play the game. And in playing that game, we got to be smarter than the ones who think they're in control, okay? And I say that to say, don't allow trying to be mindful with how I say this, because I want God to give me the right words, but don't allow foolishness to take us into separation and weed us out. Do you understand? What she's saying is, don't allow the foolishness of Al Sharpton and those same old tactics to create a bigger problem. Now what is the problem going to be? These stores won't accept black products because black people don't frequent their stores. So doesn't that create a vacuum? How does that help our communities when they won't be able to get their products on the shelves because no one's going there to buy them? So I want you to think about that when you cheering for Al Sharpton. Sometimes that's what they want. And in times like this, they're telling us that. Okay? So as frustrating as listen, as frustrating as the whole situation is, as frustrating as I am, as all of you are, we still got to be smart. Now, you can still go into those stores if you choose to and buy specific brands that you want to support and let the other things, right, not get your money. But be very specific. There's so many women, right, that have worked hard to be a woman-owned business. Donna's Recipe is two women. Me and Gina Wu is my business partner. We are self-funded. We're self-funded. And we are on shelves in limited doors at Target, right? Other companies, right? There's a Black History Month is coming right now, and all of these brands are about to be showcased, some of them for the first time. And of course, they would do something like this right now, but they still need their moment. They still need our support. Only if you feel like you can and you're willing to. I ain't telling you what to do. I'm telling you what, as a business owner, what we still need until we can get to another place, right? And I don't know when that other place will be. I know for me, I'm under
contract, and I'm gonna give it to you 100. I got another year. Then I make a decision. Okay, so many other businesses are just starting. They're just getting in. This is their big break to go to the next whatever phase of their business there may be. We have to have understanding and compassion for each other and not be in an emotional state, but also a smart state. Because if we start doing I'm not shopping there, and it's our businesses that are in there, that's their way that they will clean us out and replace us and say, well, your business is not performing. That's what people want. We can't give them what they want. Okay? I hope that this is making sense for somebody. And I know it's a long video, and I know somebody might not listen to the whole thing.
I'm going to say this and end on that note. She's saying that Al Sharpton or these people that's calling for the boycott didn't factor that in, which is foolishness. If you didn't factor in how boycotting certain businesses was going to affect Black-owned businesses, then what kind of leader are you to them people who follow you? It's just like the Biden administration was leading this country off a cliff because they didn't see the ramifications of open borders and to see the ramifications of the agenda and policies that they were trying to push on the American public. They didn't play the whole tape out. So now they're boycotting a store that has Black products by Black entrepreneurs on their shelves because the companies changed their policy on DEI. Where is there even a possibility of winning? When you set out to do something, you have to think about what's the cost. Are you going to win or lose? Al Sharpton just got his media, his 5 minutes of fame again. But that's the reality behind what he's doing. Think about that. Well, this is Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit on this Monday morning. Let me know what you think about boycotting stores in the name of the Black community and getting those products that Black people have in those stores removed. Is that a win? Well, sign to you out Detroit. As always, salute to all patriots. Keep your head on a swivel and pay attention. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.